Hey YouTube, it's ShryphonX here. Today we're going to be talking about Boruto, 2 Blue Vortex, Chapter 30. Like and subscribe for more content. Kashin Koji's evil scheme revealed. Can Boruto save Inojin? Discover the spoilers for Boruto, 2 Blue Vortex, Chapter 30. This chapter boasts an impressive 40 pages. The chapter cover features the Mamushi clones in their grotesque and disturbing state. Editor's note: Team 10's efforts seem to overwhelm Mamushi, but when they let their guard down, he multiplies even more rapidly. Himawari the Nuke. The chapter commences with Team 10 believing their battle is over, only to be confronted with the horrifying revelation that more Mamushi clones have been produced. Page 2 provides a tantalizing sneak peek, showcasing Himawari charging her tailed beast ball. As Chocho and Shikadai express concern about the potential damage to the Leaf Village, Shikadai devises a plan. He wraps the Mamushi clones in a shadow net and instructs Chocho to lift them into the air, allowing Himawari to unleash a barrage of tailed beast balls at them. Himawari's tailed beast balls have the potential to cause widespread destruction, even if they are small in size, as evidenced by the devastation caused by Kurama's tailed beast ball 32 years ago. Despite her efforts, Himawari apologizes, but Shikadai scolds her, emphasizing that they are not always there to protect her. The team is filled with frustration as they witness the relentless march of more Mamushi clones, which also concerns Inojin. The dilemma of Kobu. Meanwhile, in the interrogation room, Kobu requests that Konohamaru retrieve Shikamaru. Sai informs them that enemies have been detected within the village, specifically the human god trees and Boruto. Given the heightened security risk, the Leaf cannot afford to put Kobu at risk. Consequently, Sai suggests halting the investigation. Kobu requests more details, but Sai can only inform him that they're still investigating the unidentified threat. Kobu decides to proceed with the planned investigation, stating that it is premature to evacuate and instruct Sai to hand over the Hokage. While tracking, Inojin observes that Mamushi has multiplied to over 100 copies. In Chapter 27, Bet Your Life on It, we learn that Mamushi's division possesses the ability to duplicate indefinitely at the expense of intelligence, and they tend to congregate in areas where the majority reside. Delta spots the massive Mamushi swarm while flying. It is horrifying. While Sarada insists on pursuing the Mamushi, Shikamaru explains that while this aligns with his predictions, Mamushi's scope has expanded, but fortunately, there have been no civilian casualties and only minor damage to structures. This implies that anyone who is not his target is of low concern unless provoked. Before completing his orders, Shikamaru receives a message from the sensor unit to appear before Kobu. Shikamaru instructs the unit to do this later, but Kobu joins the line and addresses Shikamaru by his full government name instead of his title. He reminds Shikamaru that as chief advisor, Kobu's orders are the feudal lord's orders. Shikamaru asserts that the current situation is dire, but for Kobu, the interrogation is of paramount importance, and disobeying the feudal lord's orders will cause greater harm to the Leaf Village, especially considering its current crisis and Shikamaru's limited role as acting Hokage. Inojin and Boruto attempt to reach Shikamaru, but he instructs them to regroup and await further orders. Suddenly, Boruto is captured along with some Mamushi clones by Leaf Shinobi. As one of the shinobi attempts to seize Boruto's sword, he senses his chakra being drained. Boruto swiftly retrieves his sword and instructs the shinobi to flee when he spots a human god tree. He then exits the area. Shikamaru inquires about the Mamushi's actions with Sarada and Delta, and it appears that they are not acting randomly. Shikamaru informs Inojin that he will be unable to examine the transmission map due to being cut off from the transmission. He will be heading to the interrogation room to face Kobu. Inojin is uncertain about his ability to take over Shikamaru's role in issuing commands. Shikamaru notices that several Mamushi are approaching the Hokage's office. If Kobu discovers this, he may reconsider and show reason. Koji advises Shikamaru to conceal his scientific ninja tool, Toad, in his pocket. Shikamaru asks if Koji has a plan. Koji instructs Inojin to temporarily halt the transmission, but Inojin warns that doing so will also sever the connection between the teams. Koji explains that they must prioritize resolving this situation first, so he asks Inojin to use an alternative jutsu. Expressing his desire for a swift investigation, Shikamaru enters the interrogation room, where Kobu reveals that he has been suspicious of Shikamaru from the beginning, suspecting him of releasing Boruto. Before Kobu continues, Koji instructs Inojin to use mind transfer jutsu on the toad in his base, which in turn leads back to the toad in Shikamaru's pocket, which is staring at Kobu. This allows Inojin to possess Kobu's body. Sai rushes over to see Kobu collapsing and then waking up. Inojin is shocked to see his father, causing him to blurt it out. To salvage the situation, Inojin claims that part of his head felt dry. The toad hops to Kobu's body. As Kobu, Inojin expresses his exhaustion from investigating and his desire for a break. Sai asks if Kobu needs guards, but Kobu dismisses the idea, stating that he needs to relax. He warns that guard will make things tense and orders everyone inside to stay in a room. Inojin then inquires about his next move, and Koji instructs him to go to the roof. However, Inojin worries that Kobu could be targeted by Mamushi. This is when the grand plan unfolds, to kill Kobu. As Shikamaru prepares to leave, Sai immediately realizes that Inojin has possessed Kobu and asks what Shikamaru is plotting with his son. Meanwhile, Koji suggests jumping off the building or pretending to panic when Mamushi arrives. Koji emphasizes that they have no time to consider the rationality or morality of their actions, as Kobu has become their primary enemy and must be eliminated. Since the transmission has been cut off, only Inojin and Koji will know of this plan, leaving no evidence to implicate the culprits. Suddenly, Mamushi appears to ask Kobu for Ida's location, and Koji's toad fires a blast at one of the clones, triggering another division. These perfect circumstances present an opportunity to eliminate the Land of Fire's second highest ranked official. Editor's note: when pursuing one's goals, one cannot be overly concerned with rationality or morality. Will Inojin choose to act in accordance with these principles? Thank you for watching this video. Please like and subscribe for more content. ShryphonX out.